Guys, you know, I've heard through the years, I've heard before I had kids and when I started having kids, and different people give their opinions about life and kids and marriage and all of that stuff, right? Well, I always used to hear how the kids were harder to handle the older they got. Okay. I'll eat my ice, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm on this ice thing today. Well, I'm on this ice thing every day. I don't know why I'm lying. Anyway, but I got my ice today. And anyway, and they would give you their opinions on life and the kids and, the stages of kids growing up, and that they're harder to handle at teenagers than they are, as little kids. Well, I bet to differ. If I was got ice, I could probably tell y'all why. Okay. Woo. Okay. I almost lost my train of thought. I think. Wow. That ice just got me. Okay, anyway, what I was trying to say, for real, I don't know, I just found my kids easier as they got older. At the younger stages, you're trying to implement manners and the goods from the bad and the wrongs from the rights, and the teaching the colors and the states and the capitals and the 1s and 2s and the 3s and the 4s, the alphabet, and what animals are. And it was just at least for me, it was always something, always teaching them something. And we had to do, as me and my husband, mainly me, because I was a stay-at-home mom, had to do everything for them. And everything, from bathing to feeding to entertaining to transporting, doctors, the whole 9 yards. And of course, that was my job. I loved it. I did it with pride. But what I'm saying is, it took all of me to do that. And so I was exhausted quite often, because of course I have 4 kids. My oldest is now 21. My baby is 11. So there's some good little spacing in between those two. But they're basically set at about 3 years apart. With a 21-year-old, 17-year-old, 14-year-old, and 11-year-old. So they kind of stagger between 3 and almost 4 years, I think. Anywho, it was like, I always felt like I had a baby until the baby, grew up some. And so there was always somebody at home with me. Of course, until the baby started going to school, but by that time I was working now. But as long as I was a stay-at-home mom, somebody was always home with me. And so I was always busy. I was always doing something. I took them to the library. I didn't just be a stay-at-home mom and stay on the couch. We were always out and about doing something. Everywhere I went, I called it a field trip. And I said, well, we're going on a field trip to go to, the grocery store. We're going on a field trip to go to the library. We're going on a field trip to go pay the bills. Whatever we did, I call it a field trip. Because I always tried to incorporate teaching them something. And we were always I would teach the colors by the caution light. When we had to sit at the caution light, and I would say, what color is that right now? It's red. When it would change, and I said, red means stop. And so it was always feeding them something. Well, when they got older, they started, I started teaching my kids really young, how to do so many different things. And I just remember my sister always saying, gosh, I'm so surprised at the stuff your kids know how to do. because I taught them how to do things from very, 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 very young, because I wanted them to be, you know, as independent as possible, but I wanted them to hurry up and get out of my way, you know. I mean, not get out of my way as in gone and not come back. I don't mean that, but it's like, you know, y'all children too long. Y'all need to hurry up so that I don't have to do as much, because I was just tired. But when the time came, it really came too fast. At the time when you're in it, when you're right there in it, it just looks like it's just never going to hurry up. They look like they're never going to get grown. But somewhere along the way, it just gets accelerated. And you look and go, how old are you again? I look at my baby boy and say, boy, you 11? You sure? Of course I know he is, but it is funny how the time really does fly, and now it just seems like it's like not enough hours in the day to do everything you want to do. But my kids are easier. They're easier to deal with now. Now, you know what's harder to deal with? Marriage. Now that one. I'm thinking that maybe the marriage should have been going kind of easier along with the kids. That's what I'm kind of thinking. That's kind of what I was wishing, but not so much. I am not going to go there, YouTube. Get out of my business. Y'all so nosy. Y'all so nosy people. No, I ain't telling you. Well, maybe later. Not right now.